2017 GMC Canyon V6 8-speed automatic 4x4 crew cab. Since their reintroduction in 2014, the GMC Canyon and the Chevy Colorado have reinvigorated a market for mid-size pickups that many industry observers had concluded was dead. U.S. truck buyers, they said, had little interest in pickups and anything less than size XL or larger. Some might say that, at 212.4 inches in length and riding on a wheelbase more than 10 feet long, the short box screw cab Canyon is pretty big in its own right. And that's not the long bed model, which is a foot longer still, but despite its length, from behind the wheel this GMC feels much more wieldy than a full-size truck. Peering through the windshield, one looks at over much less hood, and the truck also is considerably narrower than the GMC Sierra, which makes placing it in traffic easier. Nicely weighted steering helps, too. From 3.6 to 3.6. The optional 3.6-liter V6 that powered our test truck is the most powerful engine in the Canyon lineup and sits above a naturally aspirated 2.5-liter inline-four and a turbo diesel 2.8-liter 4. The V6 is new for 2017, which may not be immediately apparent since this one displaces the same 3.6 liters as its predecessor. Output is barely changed, inching up by 3 horsepower to 308 and 6 pounds-to-foot of torque to 275. More significantly, the automatic transmission it's attached to gains 2 forward gears for a total of 8. With its new powertrain, our 4-wheel drive Canyon hustled to 60 miles per hour in 6.3 seconds, 1.2 seconds quicker than a similar 2015 model with the old V6 and 6-speed auto. The new combo similarly chopped the quarter-mile time by 1.1 seconds, to 14.9, while the trap speed rose from 87 to 94 miles per hour. That performance edges out the Honda Ridgeline. Although the GMC's corporate cousin, the Chevy Colorado, was then quicker still in our testing, at 6.1 seconds to 60 miles per hour and 14.8 through the quarter. The hoarse moan of the 3.6-liter V6 is uninspiring, but the new 8-speed automatic is adept at serving up the ideal ratio. A lower altitude Denali. Our test truck was the Denali trim level, the chrome-clad apex of the GMC line, and a model that is ostensibly one step beyond what's available in an otherwise identical Chevy Colorado. With a base price under $44,000, it would appear to be accessibly priced for a max glitz pickup, but this Denali isn't as glamorous as some other GMCs wearing that badge. The Yukon Denali, for instance, proffers Cadillac Escalade levels of finery, but this Canyon's list of amenities had some notable omissions, including passive entry and push-button ignition, a 360-degree camera, blind spot monitoring, and rear cross-traffic alert. And its cabin doesn't approach the hedonism of the fanciest full-size rigs, fitted only with a couple of pieces of plasti-wood and some off-color faux metal trim that fail to make much of an impression. Functionally, though, there's little to fault. The front seats are comfortable, and the simple dash design proves quite logical. The central touchscreen may be unspectacular in size and graphic presentation, but it's easy to use. And there are plenty of redundant physical buttons and knobs for the audio system and for all climate control functions. Accommodations in the rear seats are adequate for a 6-footer, but don't expect the expansive, stretch-out space one finds in a full-size crew cab. A narrow rear door opening also means it takes some contortion for passengers to thread themselves back there. As is common among 4-door pickups, the rear seat folds 2 ways. Backrest flopping forward or seat bottom flipping upward, to make weight for cargo you'd prefer to transport inside the cab. One Denali item that we found particularly annoying was the chrome-finished step plates. Even as a 4x4, this truck isn't jacked up enough that most people would need them, so they're not really necessary to ease the climb aboard. And yet they project out far enough that you're sure to dirty your pant leg as you try to step over them. If this were our truck, we'd unbolt them on day one and toss them into the garage. With that accomplished, the Canyon becomes a very livable pickup, much more than its bigger brethren, provided your cargo hauling needs aren't extra large in size.